Hey, welcome back to the TradingAnalyst.com. This is Taylor. We're going to discuss 5 key stocks that you've got to watch this week. But first, I wanted to make you aware we do have a private membership group here at the TradingAnalyst.com. When you sign up and join, you're going to get real-time swing trade alerts for mostly options. You're going to get access to the private member-only videos. You're going to get access to the watch list, the portfolio tracker. I'll explain what that is later in the video. And you're going to get access to me personally, and I'm going to help guide you through the market. I am a profitable trader. Not many people can say that. So let's get into this video and let's get started. So this first one I want to discuss is Tesla. I do want to look for bounces. I'm going to move my face out of the way a little bit. I want to look for bounces on Tesla coming up soon here. And first and foremost, just to kind of discuss things outside of the chart, the reason that Tesla broke out previously, right here, was because of earnings. Okay, it was because of earnings. It wasn't because of some future truck that may or may not happen. It's because they're starting to make money. Okay, and they broke out of a massive downtrend on earnings with huge volume. Okay. So, just because they had a failed truck launch doesn't mean as much to me personally. So, what we have here on the actual chart is a nice little uptrend line. Okay, you can see right here, boom, 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 bounces. And we also have the level that we previously broke out at. Okay, it's these lows right here. Okay, so that's going to be a support level right around here. Okay, so right around 300, 290, that's going to be a bounce zone. The other thing here is if you draw a Fibonacci retracement level from this major low here to this major high right up there, you can see right there, you can see the 38.2 and the 50% Fibonacci retracement level are right around this level. Okay, so right around 300 to 290. So we've got a confluence of levels. We've got the uptrend line matching up with this little support of this gap up. We've got this Fibonacci retracement levels all lining up right around this level. So right around this level is where I want to start to look for bounces. Okay. So if it gets down to maybe 290, that would be a level where I would just buy straight out. Or potentially if it starts bouncing earlier, I'm going to look for it to show strength. So again, I don't know the exact buy price at this point in time, but it's going to be right around this area right here because of that confluence of levels. So keep Tesla on watch. The other thing too is I bet this gap is going to get filled up here. So even if this is just a quick bounce trade from 290 up to 350 or so, that's a, what is that, 290 to 350? I mean, that's like a 15% gain on that stock right there, something like that. Okay, let's go to the next chart here. All right, next one we're going to take a look at is STNE. All right. So I want to discuss the longer term view here. We're looking at 2 years of action. I mean, it IPO'd about a little over a year ago, but I have to use a 2-year chart. But first and foremost, we are in an uptrend. Okay, this is higher highs and higher lows. There we go. Oops. Beautiful uptrend. Beautiful uptrend. Okay. Here's a high. Here's a higher high. Ultimately, I think we're going to break this high right here, but that's going to be the first target. Okay, I'm going to zoom in now to the more recent action. Okay, so we just had an earnings reaction, strong earnings reaction, breaking out of this sideways trading range. Okay, earnings move stocks in both directions. So right now we have a very big bull market, and we have stock like STNE performing very well on earnings. Earnings, again, just like we discussed on Tesla. Tesla broke out big on earnings. That is what you want to focus on the most. All these other little news items about or analyst upgrades or downgrades, they don't matter to a stock. What matters to a stock the most is first and foremost price action, and secondly earnings. It matters how investors are perceiving earnings, and it matters just the raw data. I don't look at that. I just look at the reaction, and right here, very, very bullish reaction to earnings. So I think that STNE is going to head much, much higher. It had its chance to break down. We've been trading sideways for a while, and now we finally broke out of this sideways consolidation. I think this is day one, okay? And I think that any dip below $40 is a buying opportunity. I think it's a buying opportunity right now because ultimately I think it's going to head much, much higher. So that's what I'm looking at on STNE. Just because of this big bullish day, it may need to kind of cool off for a couple of days, potentially, or it could head straight up. Either way, I think STNE is going to head much higher. It's definitely something you got to watch. The next one is STNE, AMD. AMD, this is one that we still have a little small position, and I'm going to go on the weekly chart just to give you a perspective here. Okay. All right, so weekly chart, just to give you a little perspective. Okay, we broke over this major resistance right here. Okay, we actually got long right here, and we sold partially at like 39, partially at 41. We just have a little bit left with a trailing stop not left below, or a little bit below us. So this is going to be a really nice winner for us. I'm going to show you last time we had something similar. Here's that big resistance. We broke over it here, and you can see a massive move happened right here. Okay, and we had been trading sideways right here between these two ranges for like 5 months, or even more. What is this? That's June. Okay, so yeah, about 5 months. Okay, 5 months of sideways trading, and then we finally broke over this big time resistance. Okay, so I am looking for a good buy zone lower. All right, so let's go on the daily chart to reload. Okay, I want to sell on the way up and then reload on the way down. Okay, so the first buy spot is going to be right here. See all that sideways trading right here, about 36 bucks. Okay, sideways trading for about a week. That's going to be that first little support. This just basically headed straight up. Okay, so we don't really have any support here. Okay, the next level of support is going to be right around $34. Okay, this was around the major breakout point. Okay, broke over those previous highs. You can see it's very big resistance, very big resistance. I honestly don't know if it will head that low after heading this high, but if it does, I think it's a buying opportunity. So 36, 34 are going to be those two buy spots. Let's see what else. Fibonacci retracement level. Okay, so I'm going to draw Fibonacci from here to this major high right there. And you can see that 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level lines up perfectly with this little support right here at around 36 bucks. So 36 bucks is going to be a major buy zone here for AMD. The breakout here is very, very big. Okay, and it's already confirmed. Okay, this is a real breakout. Okay, somebody asked me the other day, and this wasn't about AMD specifically, but this is about the market. I said, I posted on StockTwits, I said, I think by now we all know this breakout is for real. And this person asked, well, how do you know it's a real breakout and it's not a fake breakout? And I just put simply, my response was, it's real until it isn't. Okay, so right now, all we know is that this is a real breakout. Okay, that's all we know. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Okay, the world is breaking out. Okay, I'm getting on my soapbox, but AMD, this is a real breakout until it's not. So buying opportunity at about 36. Ultimately, I think it heads higher than these recent highs right here. So 36, 34, those are the two buy spots, AMD. Let's take a look at the next one, PayPal. So PayPal is one that has been trading sideways for quite a bit. Okay, so I'm going to draw this level here and then this level here. So we've been in this kind of downward channel here for a while, right? What I like about it is just recently we had this massive, you see here, these few days, a lot of volume right here, red volume, okay? And notice what happened next is we went higher, boom, big gap up. I'm not sure if that was earnings or not, I don't recall, but it looks like that would be an earnings reaction. So we have this big gap up, and notice how this big gap up was huge volume. This is the biggest volume day we've seen in a couple years on PayPal. Okay, we gapped up over these highs. We came back down a little bit to fill a little bit of that gap, but we didn't even fill that gap. Right now we're still making higher lows. Okay, low, higher low right here. So we're kind of pinching between this level. What I want to see is, first and foremost, you got to understand that PayPal is in a massive uptrend. Okay, this is a very bullish stock overall. It's been consolidating, but consolidation is not necessarily a bearish thing. A lot of stocks just need to rest. They can't head straight up. It's very hard to do that. Okay, so consolidation periods and resting periods are very natural and normal occurrences, and you actually want to see them. If you haven't seen a rest period in a while, you know, like on PayPal did over here, and then it went lower, that's when you want to start to get less bullish, okay? But right now, consolidation periods, they need that to build up energy for the next move higher. So, PayPal, what I want to see in order to like it for a long is a break over this downtrend line right here. Then we would be breaking out of this downward channel. We would be making higher highs. We were already making higher lows here in the short term. A break over this level would make us making higher highs. Okay, and again, this is a big gap up, huge volume right here. There's a lot of volume that's exchanging hands recently, and I think that's building up for a move higher. So again, a break over that downtrend line. You know, let's just give it a again, it's downtrending, so it may change, but if it happens anytime soon, it would be a close over about 106. Okay, a close over 106 to me would be that signal for long on this stock. Again, it is downtrending, so that could change if it takes another 2 weeks to break over that downtrend line. All right, next stock. Next stock I've got on my list is Uber. Uber, I think, could be forming a longer term bottom. And if you've been following along, you know that I was bearish on Uber back here. Okay, this is a trend line break right here. The reason I liked it short, and I am going to discuss why I like it long now, but I just kind of wanted to go over this setup as a learning opportunity for you. So first and foremost, it's a big tell the first few days of earnings. Okay, the first few days, or I'm sorry, I've been saying earnings, IPO. Okay, the first few days of trading on an IPO is very, very telling. For example, right here, the first day on Uber was this big topping tail, and we sold red. Okay, went all the way up here and then down. The following day was a big gap down with a red close. Okay, very, very bearish action to start. And then notice we had a bounce here, but we didn't really go anywhere. We didn't really go anywhere. We just kind of went up here, and we never, well, we did have, well, that's the other thing I'm going to discuss. We only closed over the IPO day's high on this day right here. Okay, we closed over it, and then notice, and there was some resistance there, notice the very next day, we closed back under it. So that was the first sign that I was looking at, okay, Uber might not be that bullish and it might fail, okay, but I wanted to see it give us some more signs. So we just kind of traded sideways here, and this is when I started to get bearish on it, is when we broke this support, okay. We had this false breakout right here. Notice the difference between AMD and that I was discussing earlier in the video and Uber. Uber broke over that level for one day and then broke back under. That's a false breakout. You know it because it happened, okay? AMD, we don't know because we broke over that resistance and it headed much, much higher. That's a real breakout. This is a fake breakout because we broke back below it the following day. Anyways, we traded sideways here. We broke this uptrend line and we broke this support. That is when I started to get bearish. I posted a chart here on StockTwits that I thought it was going to head much, much lower, and it did. And I got even more bearish on it when it broke the IPO or the recent all-time lows. When a recent stock has some kind of, or a recent IPO has some kind of a support or level that's a low, and then it breaks that low, 9 times out of 10, it heads much, much lower, okay? So now let's kind of zoom in a little bit, all right? And I'm going to discuss why I like it for a long now, okay? The main, oops, dropped my mouse, threw it across my desk. The main thing here on Uber is this volume. This is the second biggest volume day ever for Uber, other than the IPO day. Okay, so other than the IPO day, this is the biggest day ever for Uber. We had this gap down, which is bearish, okay, but it ended up closing green. I want to let you know that volume marks tops and bottoms. Notice how Uber had all this time to see some big volume days. Okay, look at the volume down here. Okay, nothing really, not a ton of volume. We still headed lower. But notice here, after all this time, now we're seeing a ton of volume. And this is on a day that gapped down, but ended up closing green. Okay, that was your first sign. Gap down, closed green with massive volume, massive volume. The second day after that was actually the third highest volume day ever. So aside from the IPO day, this is the second highest volume day right here. And this was a green close. So that was your second sign. Your third and final sign, which got me long here and members at the Trading Analyst long via some call options, was after trading sideways for a while, we broke over the high of these days. So that's like, okay, this move is for real, okay? Because maybe you could have argued that if we ended up closing below that support, that maybe this was bearish volume, okay? And maybe this wasn't as bullish as I thought. But that didn't happen. So we traded sideways. We kind of digested these gains. And to me, a lot of buyers stepped in this sideways trading. And then, boom, we broke over that resistance. So that's your first sign. Yeah, it's a little bit moved away from this level, but we're just getting more and more confirmation. This could be a major bottom for Uber. Okay, it could be. The volume is really, really speaking, I guess pun intended, volumes to me, because there's just massive, massive volume. Not only these days, but we broke out this day that we broke out right here, and the following day, that was the 4th and 5th biggest volume days ever for Uber. So we're getting massive, massive volume pumping into this stock. Volume precedes price. So you've got all these people that bought down here. You washed out all the sellers. When you wash out all the sellers, okay, down here, a lot of people sold down here. Okay, a lot of people sold down here. And that means that they gave their shares to buyers, all right? Buyers are going to bring us higher. So the other thing here is that we broke, I'm going to delete these levels here. We also have a little bit of a false breakdown setup. Okay, so here's that support. Boom, boom, boom. We break that support here, trade below it. That's a breakdown. And then boom, we break right back over that level. So that's what I'm looking at on Uber as far as targets. I think it'll probably come up and hit at least, 33 bucks right here. Here's that resistance. You can also kind of extend it right here. There's a lot of sideways trading in this range. Okay, a lot of sideways trading. So we might get a little rejection at that price point. My goal here is to trade the short-term momentum on this stock. This is a stock, you have to remember that while this could be a major bottom forming, this stock has no history of heading higher. Okay, no history. It's been in a downtrend ever since it IPO'd. Okay, so you have to take these moves with a grain of salt. You know that I think it can bounce here. Okay, but is this going to be a major bottom? For those of you that are investing in this stock and not trading it like me personally, you have to just remember the history of this stock. It's been in a downtrend. Could that change? Yes, it could change. But right now, all we know is that this stock has not been performing well. Okay, so 33, that's going to be that first target. Ultimately, it could head higher, but I want to see some kind of a new signal. Okay, a new signal, maybe a break over this resistance up here. That to me would be a very positive sign. Okay, it was resistance there, there, and almost up there. So a clearing of 36. Let's just call it 36. I think would send this stock much higher. But right now we are below that, and all I am very confident in saying about this stock is that I think it's going to head to about 33 in the short term, which is from this price point about a 12-13% gain, something like that on the actual stock. I'm trading longer dated call options, but the stock is could give you some good value as well. So again, when you sign up and you join today at the tradinganalyst.com, you're going to get profitable swing trade alerts, private member only videos, watch list, portfolio tracker, and the access to me personally. I am a profitable trader, and I can say that with confidence, and you're going to have access to me. I'm going to help you, guide you through the market on a daily basis. But what I want to focus on right now is the real-time swing trade alerts, because that is obviously what you care about most, because that's going to be what puts money in your pocket. So these are swing trade alerts for mostly options. We do trade some stocks, as you can see. The most recent closed out trade was for a stock. We also have a current open position for a stock, but most of the trades are for options. So this is the portfolio tracker that you're looking at right now. This tracks all of our trades that we alert to clients in real time. All of these entry prices and exit prices were alerted to paying clients at the tradinganalyst.com via text message exactly as they happened. So you can see that the vast majority of the trades are winners. You can see the average winner is almost double, or not almost, more than double the average loss here. So our winners are much bigger than our losers. And you can see here, over the last 18 months, we started using this portfolio tracker almost 2 years ago. So in that time, the total profits from following all of these alerts, not just the winners, but the winners, the losers, the break-even trades, every single trade resulted in $321,000. And that number is constantly raising and raising. Just a month ago, it was under 300,000. So we've got more than 20,000 gains in just the last month or so. All right. So if you would like to make consistent returns in the market, we don't just have a good week here or a good week there or a good trade there, and we don't just get lucky. We're doing this year after year, quarter after quarter, month after month. We're consistently beating the market and putting money in our clients' pockets. And I feel like when you sign up and you join today, you are going to be happy and satisfied, just like the rest of our clients. So you're going to get these alerts, you're going to get the member videos, the watch list, the portfolio tracker, the open position list, as well as access to me personally, and I'm going to help guide you through the market. But most importantly, these alerts are going to get put money in your pocket on a consistent basis. So I'd like you to join right now, and I look forward to seeing you in there, and I'll start sending you alerts right away.